Welcome to our channel United Coaching. Today we will discuss 25 biology questions. Our question is the functional unit of contractile system in striated muscle is. So is it cross bridges, myofibril, sarcomere or Z-band? So answer is sarcomere. Sarcomere is the functional unit of a myofibril, and a sarcomere is defined as the segment between two neighboring Z lines or Z discs or Z bodies. Our next question is root pressure develops due to. So is it due to passive absorption or active absorption or increase in transpiration or low osmotic potential in soil? So answer is active absorption. Root pressure develops due to active absorption. Now root pressure is the positive pressure that develops in the roots of plants by the active absorption of nutrients from the soil. When the nutrients are actively absorbed by the root hairs, water along with minerals increase the pressure in the xylem, and due to the movement of water from soil into the root hair and from there to xylem cells, a hydrostatic root pressure develops which pushes the water up in the xylem vessels. So the answer for this question for root pressure develops due to active absorption of water and minerals. Our next question is which of the following species is restricted to a specific area? So is it sibling species or allopatric species or sympatric species or endemic species? So answer is endemic species. Endemic species is restricted to a specific area. An endemic species is a plant or animal species with a habitat restricted to one area, such as an island, nation, country or other defined zones or habitat type, and they run a higher risk of extinction because of their geographic isolation. Now what is sibling species? Now sibling species are the species which look alike but cannot breed with each other. And allopatric species or speciation is a species population becoming separated by geographical barrier, wherein due to the reproductive isolation two separate species evolve. So the evolution of two separate species due to the geographic barrier is allopatric species. And what is sympatric species? Sympatric speciation is the evolution of new species from a surviving ancestral species while both continue to inhabit the same geographic region. So the answer to this question that a species is restricted to a specific area is endemic species. Our next question is in photosynthesis, the light independent reactions take place as. So is it at photosystem 2 or matrix of chloroplast or thylakoid lumen or photosystem 1? So answer is in the matrix of chloroplast. The light independent reaction or known as dark or Blackman's reaction of photosynthesis takes place in the matrix of chloroplast, whereas the photosystem 1 and photosystem 2 are they are the two series of enzymes embedded in the thylakoid membrane and are involved in light dependent reactions of photosynthesis. So the question for this question, in photosynthesis the light independent reaction takes place in matrix of chloroplast. Our next question is which of the following is not a greenhouse gas? So is it carbon dioxide or methane or oxygen or water vapor? So answer is oxygen. Oxygen is not a greenhouse gas, whereas carbon dioxide, methane and along with water vapor is considered a greenhouse gas, and this is because the increase in humidity amplifies the warming effect of carbon dioxide. That's why even the water vapor is also considered as a greenhouse gas. Our next question is auxin can be bioacid by. So is it by potometer or lattice hypocotyle elongation or Avena coleoptile curvature or hydroponics? So answer is Avena coleoptile curvature. Now a bioassay is an analytical method to determine the potency of a substance by its effect on living cells or tissues. Like in this case, the auxin, which is a phytohormone, shows its effect on Avena plants coleoptile by the curvature or the bending of the coleoptile. And this test, the curvature test of coleoptile of Avena plant, that is used for the bioassaying of auxin, the phytohormone, and the Avena is commonly known as oats. So the answer to this question, that auxin can be bioacid, that means the effect of auxin can be measured by which test? So that test is Avena coleoptile curvature test. Our next question is the term genetic RNA refers to. So, is it the RNA that carries genetic message, or RNA that helps gene regulation in lac operon, or RNA present in mitochondria, or RNA that makes proteins? So, answer is the genetic RNA refers to that RNA that carries genetic message. When RNA acts as genetic material in an organism, then it is called genetic RNA, and they are found only in some viruses in the absence of DNA. So, usually the genetic message is carried by DNA, and when the DNA is absent, then the RNA carries the genetic message, and that RNA is known as genetic RNA. And they can be double or single stranded, and there are two main kinds of RNA, that is genetic and non-genetic. And the genetic RNA acts as genetic material in viruses, and the non-genetic RNA mostly functions in protein synthesis in many organisms. So the answer to this question is the RNA that carries the genetic message is the genetic RNA. Our next question is, which of the following animals has two separate blood circulation pathways? So is it in the whale, or shark, or frog, or lizard? So answer is whale. Now what is double circulation? Double circulation or double circulatory system is the circulation system in which blood flows through the heart twice. One is the pulmonary circulation, where the blood flows between the heart and lungs, and second is systematic circulation, where the movement of blood is from the heart through the rest of the body. And the double circulation system occurs in mammals and birds only. And over here the whale is a mammal. Whale belongs to the zoological order of marine mammals called Cetacea, and this also includes dolphins and porpoises. So over here only the whale is the mammal, and it has double circulation pathways. Our next question is, the outer solution having equal concentration as that of the cell sap is called. So is it hypotonic solution, or isotonic, or hypertonic, or neutral solution? So answer is obvious, it is isotonic. Iso means same. So if the concentration of the outer solution and cell sap is equal, so it would be isotonic solution. Our next question is, which cells in stomach are also known as peptic cells? So is it Paneth cells, or zymogenic cells, or Kupffer cells, or Argentefin cells? So answer is zymogenic cells. Zymogenic cells are also known as peptic cells. The peptic cells, or the gastric chief cells, are the cells in the stomach that release pepsinogen or chymosin. So the answer to this question is zymogenic cells are also known as peptic cells. Our next question is, leg hemoglobin is a pinkish pigment present in. So is it in root nodules, or leaves, or fruits, or flowers? So answer is root nodules. Leg hemoglobin is a pinkish pigment present inside the root nodules of nitrogen fixing plants like legumes, and it is an oxygen scavenger, and it protects nitrogen fixing enzyme, that is nitrogenase, from oxygen. So the answer to this question is leg hemoglobin is present in root nodules. Our next question is, dark respiration is a respiration. So is it only in the presence of light, or only in the absence of light, or only in presence of sunlight, or regardless of presence or absence of light? So answer is regardless of presence or absence of light. Dark respiration is the respiration regardless of the presence or absence of light. Now the term dark reaction or dark respiration does not mean that the reaction happens at night or they require darkness. It means that the reaction can proceed regardless of the amount of light available, and the term is only used to differentiate the dark reactions with the light reactions, which obviously require light. That means the light reactions require light, but then the dark reaction does not require light, and they even happen in the presence of light as well. So the light reaction is the reaction which occurs as the first phase of photosynthesis, in which the energy in the form of light is absorbed and converted to chemical energy in the form of ATP, whereas dark reaction or dark respiration takes place both in the absence and presence of light. Now respiration is respiration, it goes on even without the presence of light. So dark respiration is not photosynthesis where the photosynthesis requires the light, but respiration or dark respiration or even general respiration is nowhere dependent upon the presence of light. So the answer to this question is dark respiration is the respiration regardless of the presence or absence of light. Our next question is, a cell without a cell wall is termed as. So is it tonoplast or protoplast or symplast or apoplast? So answer is protoplast. A cell without a cell wall is protoplast, and protoplasts are called naked cells because they are not surrounded by any cell wall. Instead, they are bounded by plasma lemma. And protoplasm, whereas now you have to differentiate between the protoplast and protoplasm. Protoplast is the naked cell without the cell wall, and protoplasm is a translucent semi-fluid substance present inside the cell and constitute the living matter of the cell, both in plants and animals. So protoplasm is the translucent substance inside the cell, whereas the protoplast is the whole cell itself without the cell wall and just surrounded by plasma lemma. And whereas the cytoplasm, now you have to differentiate between protoplasm and cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is just the translucent substance, and cytoplasm is all the content inside the cell membrane excluding the nucleus. So the protoplasm, if from a cell you take out the nucleus, then it would become cytoplasm, and protoplasm includes cytoplasm plus nucleus of the cell. So without nucleus is cytoplasm, and with nucleus is protoplasm, and just the absence of cell wall is the protoplast. So the answer to this question is, a cell without cell wall is protoplast. Our next question is, antibodies are produced by. So is it by histocytes or mast cells or plasma cells or fibroblasts? So answer is plasma cells. Antibodies are produced by plasma cells. When memory B cells are activated by antigen and helper T cells, they proliferate and differentiate into effector B cells, also known as plasma cells. And the effector cells or plasma cells produce and secrete antibodies with a unique antigen binding site. So the plasma cells produce antibodies. Our next question is, hydrogen bonds present between cytosine and guanosine are. So are they double bonds or triple bonds or single bond or quadruple bonds? So answer is triple bonds. As we can see in the given picture, the bonds between cytosine and guanine are triple bonds. Our next question is, total number of water molecules produced per molecule of glucose during aerobic respiration is. So is it 10, 6, 12 or 8? So answer is 6. Cells undergoing aerobic respiration produces 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water and up to 30 molecules of ATP. So the answer over here is 6 water molecules are produced by 1 molecule of glucose during aerobic respiration. Our next question is, maximum photosynthesis occurs in which light? So is it blue light, red light, white light or green light? So answer is red light. Maximum rate of photosynthesis occurs in red region of light. If a plant is given monochromatic light, that is single color light, it shows maximum rate of photosynthesis in red color light zone. So the answer to this question, that maximum photosynthesis occurs in red light. Our next question is, the codon for anticodon from 3' to 5' and UUUA is. So we have to remember that the anticodon is present on tRNA and codon is present on mRNA. So both are RNAs, so there would not be thymine. So and the option C, where there is D, so there is no such thing as D. So either there is adenine or thymine or uracil. So the option over here is A, that is from 5' to 3' and A and U. So what happens is the 3' and will associate with the 5' and, so and the uracil will associate with adenine, and the adenine on anticodon will associate with uracil on codon, that is on mRNA. So 5' will associate with 3' and 3' on the codon or the mRNA will associate with 5' and of the tRNA. So the correct option is A, that is from 5' and to 3' and adenine and uracil would be the codon for the anticodon, that is UUUA from 3' to 5' and. Our next question is, pomato is a hybrid of. So is it poppy plant and potato plant or potato and tomato, or poppy and tamarind, or poppy and tomato? So the answer is potato and tomato. A pomato is a grafted plant that is produced by grafting together a tomato plant and a potato plant, both of which are the members of Solanaceae family, that is the nightshade family. So what happens is the cherry tomato grows on the vine in the aerial part of the plant, and the potato grows inside the soil, and it both happens in the same plant. So the pomato is a hybrid of potato and tomato. Our next question is adenine is a, so is it a purine or pyrimidine or nucleoside or nucleotide? So answer is purine. Purines and pyrimidines are nitrogenous base, or also known as nucleobases that make up the two different kinds of nucleotide bases in DNA and RNA. Purines are larger than pyrimidines because they have two ring structure, while pyrimidines have only one ring, that is a single ring. Now a nucleoside is a nucleobase that is either purine or pyrimidine plus ribose or deoxyribose, and nucleotide is nucleobase plus ribose or deoxyribose and phosphate group. So over here the adenine, although it is a part of nucleoside and nucleotide as well, but it is actually a nucleobase or nitrogenous base which falls into the category of purines. So adenine is a purine. Our next question is which type of cancer occurs in lymph nodes and spleen? So is it lymphoma, carcinoma, sarcoma or leukemia? So answer is lymphoma. The name suggests itself that the lymphoma is the cancer of lymph, that is lymph nodes and spleen. So the lymphoma is the cancer of lymph nodes, spleen, thymus, bone marrow, and carcinoma is the cancer that starts in the skin or the tissues that line other organs, and sarcoma is the cancer of connective tissues such as muscle, cartilage, blood vessels, etc. And leukemia is the cancer of bone marrow which creates blood cells. So over here the answer for the cancer of lymph nodes and spleen is lymphoma. Our next question is insulin deficiency causes. So does it causes diabetes insipidus or goiter or diabetes mellitus type 1 or diabetes mellitus type 2? So answer is diabetes mellitus type 1. Now insulin deficiency means the insulin is not produced at all, and that is diabetes type 1. It occurs when the insulin producing cells are damaged or destroyed or stop producing insulin, or there is a genetic disorder where the gene which regulates or produces the insulin is not present. So that is diabetes type 1, and insulin is needed to move blood sugar into cells throughout the body, and the resulting insulin deficiency leaves too much sugar in the blood and not enough for the cells for energy. So when the insulin is not present at all, or is there is a deficiency of insulin, that is diabetes type 1. And type 2 diabetes develops when the body becomes resistant to insulin. That means the insulin is produced but it is not effective because there are receptors on the cell for the insulin hormone, and those receptors stop working, or the insulin is not effective to the cells, so that the receptor would activate and the glucose channels will open and the glucose would get inside the cells. So in diabetes type 2, the insulin or the receptor for the insulin becomes ineffective. So the insulin is present but the cells are not reactive to the insulin. So the insulin is produced but the cell stops responding to the insulin present in the blood, thus resulting in unusual blood sugar levels. Whereas diabetes insipidus is not actually a hormonal abnormality and it is not related to the actual diabetes. It just carries the name diabetes insipidus, but it is a disorder of salt and water metabolism marked by intense thirst and heavy urination. And diabetes insipidus occurs when the body cannot regulate the fluids inside the body. So that is actually a hormonal problem, and it is not related to insulin. And whereas goiter goiter is a swelling in the neck resulting from an enlarged thyroid gland. Goiter can be associated with a thyroid that is not functioning properly, and worldwide over 90% of goiter cases are caused by iodine deficiency. So goiter is nowhere related to insulin, and diabetes insipidus is nowhere related to insulin. Both are totally different things. And diabetes type 1 is when there is a deficiency of insulin, and diabetes type 2 is when the insulin is present but the cells are not responding to the insulin. So over here the answer is diabetes type 1 is caused due to insulin deficiency. Our next question is, sandalwood tree is considered so is it a total root parasite or total stem parasite or partial stem parasite or partial root parasite? So the answer is partial root parasite. Sandalwood tree or the chandan ka ped is a partial root parasite. Sandalwood tree is a partial root parasite because it photosynthesizes its own food but taps the root of other species for water and inorganic nutrients. It has modified roots called Houstoria which penetrates the host plant's roots and draw nutrition from them. And at present sandalwood tree and host which are mainly nitrogen fixing trees are grown alongside with each other in the same pit, and the most common host for sandalwood tree is wattle tree. So the sandalwood tree acts as a partial root parasite on the wattle tree. Our next question is, when you hold your breath, which of the following would first lead to the urge to breathe? So is it the falling carbon dioxide concentration or rising carbon dioxide and falling of oxygen concentration, or just the falling of oxygen concentration, or the rise of carbon dioxide concentration? So which one of these would first lead to the urge to breathe? So the correct answer is rise in carbon dioxide concentration, and it is not the falling the oxygen concentration, falling of the oxygen concentration, but the rising amount of carbon dioxide that will lead to the urge to breathe. Now when we hold our breath for long durations, oxygen level decreases and the carbon dioxide accumulates in the body, so the carbon dioxide level increases, and that changes the concentration of free hydrogen ions. And there are certain parts in the brain that control respiration which are sensitive to pH and the concentration of free hydrogen ion in the blood. So when the brain senses the change in pH due to increased carbon dioxide level, it increases our respiratory drive to get more oxygen in and blow out the carbon dioxide out. And this is in an attempt to store the normal balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide level in the blood. So the rise in carbon dioxide concentration leads to the urge to breathe. Now if someone is holding their breath for too much longer without proper training, this can decrease the oxygen flow to the brain, thus causing fainting, seizures or even brain damage. So one should not hold the breath for too much longer without a proper training, because that will lead to brain damage. So anyways, over here the answer is the rise in carbon dioxide concentration leads to the urge to breathe. Our next question is, which of the following statements is not correct? So is it oxyntic cells are present in mucosa of stomach and secrete HCl, or acini are present in the pancreas and secrete carboxypeptidase, or Brunner's glands are present in the submucosa of stomach and secrete pepsinogen, or goblet cells are present in the mucosa of intestine and secrete mucus? So the incorrect answer is incorrect option is Brunner's glands are present in the submucosa of stomach and secrete pepsinogen. That option is incorrect. The Brunner's glands are branched tubular glands which occur only in the duodenum. So they are not in the stomach but in the duodenum, and they secrete an alkaline fluid called mucin which protects the mucosa from the acidic stomach contents entering the duodenum. So the incorrect option is Brunner's glands are present in the submucosa of stomach.